Who you want to play with?
Bronny is number one on my fucking list.
Now to a scary incident involving the son of NBA superstar LeBron James. 18-year-old Bronny, a freshman on the USC basketball team, suffered a cardiac arrest on Monday during a workout on campus, and he had to be rushed to the hospital.
With the 55th pick in the 2024 NBA Draft, the Los Angeles Lakers select Bronny James from the University of Southern California.
Back in the desert, and here we go. We've been waiting for it. It is the preseason, but LeBron James and LeBron James Jr. are on the floor at the same time.
That is nice. That's really nice.
Committing to this league, being on the road at times, missing a lot of his things, Bryce's things, Zuri's things. So to be able to have this moment where I'm working still and I can work alongside my son, it's one of the greatest gifts I've ever got from the man above, and I'm going to take full advantage of it.
What does it take to carry the legacy of an NBA legend, an arguable GOAT, while at the same time carving out your own path? Well, we're going to take a deep dive inside the mind of Bronny James. And we're going to explore how is he handling this pressure and the expectations while at the same time pursuing his own goal and making out his own legacy that he's building right now. So first, I want to talk about the pressure that he's going to be dealing with. Of course, he's going to have pressure being LeBron James' son. It's literally in his name. He's LeBron James Jr. And so how is he going to handle all the pressure of being his son while at the same time playing with him? That's a whole different thing to be playing with him on the same team. So it's all 82 games that's going to be presented to him in his face. Dealing with the pressure of just being that alone, it's been tough. We've seen other NBA players whose dad were in the NBA have to deal with this pressure. But none of them were LeBron James' son. The closest thing we can come to is Michael Jordan's kids. But they don't think either of his kids made it to the NBA. The farther they went was college. So this is going to be a very new thing for LeBron, his kid, and Bronny, and the league overall. We've never seen a player of this magnitude come in and have his son play behind him like this. We've seen other players do it, but we've never seen a player of that magnitude, of that stature, of that legacy, have his son playing behind him. But I think we forget sometimes that we're also dealing with the Los Angeles Lakers. It's not just LeBron James' son. It's being on the Los Angeles Lakers. That comes with a lot of weight and a lot of pressure on itself, too. The Lakers' mentality is championship or bust. If we're not championship contenders, this is a wasted season for us. So with that in mind, with LeBron James winding down his career, he wants another ring. How much is the weight of being a Laker going to weigh on Bronny this year? But it's kind of crazy to think about that, too, because a lot of people are going to call him a bust, but lose sight of the fact that he was a second-round pick. He was the 55th overall pick. That means he was very close to not being drafted. That means he should not be held to the standard of the first overall pick or the first 3 picks or the lottery picks. But people are going to look at him and say that, oh, he's a bust or he's overrated. He's not going to be doing as well because he's not performing. He's not even playing games. But he's a second round and 55th overall pick. If we remove the fact that he's LeBron James' son, just pay attention to the fact that he was a second round pick, I think we would have a better perspective and view of what to expect from him. We would change the expectation that we have on him. But no, we're going to look at him as LeBron James' son, so he should be bought. Your dad is so great and he's amazing. You should be half of that. If you were half of that, you'd be doing X, Y, and Z. But let's be honest, there's a reason why he was drafted second round and 55th pick. Even if the Warriors wanted to pick him sooner, like reports came out and said they respected LeBron James, which that he wanted to play with his son, he wouldn't have been the first round pick. He probably would have still been a second round pick. We don't have a whole lot of expectation on second round picks traditionally. So it's going to be really weird for him to deal with the pressure of the only person being in the second round having this much scrutiny and pressure on him, probably more than any of the first round picks and even the first overall pick. I guarantee you right now, you probably can't name the first overall pick or probably the first 3 picks. You probably can't. And if you can, congrats to you. You're in a small population of who can. But most people who have been watching basketball and keeping up with this game, especially on the pro side, you're not aware of who the first 3 picks are. But you know who Bronny James is. It's going to be weird to see him having so much pressure on him being a second round pick. Secondly, I want to think about his composure and how he's going to handle a lot of different situations that he's going to be exposed to. So first and foremost, it's the NBA, man. He's going to deal with a lot of trash talk. He's going to deal with his opponents talking crazy to him like, your daddy over there, man. Like, your daddy boy now, like, hey, your dad ain't here to save you now. It's me and you right here. I'm your daddy now. Like, different trash talk he's going to have to deal with. So how is he going to keep his composure in the middle of games when he does play? So how is he going to step up to the plate and respond when people are going to be talking him crazy with that hanging over his shoulder of being the pressure of being LeBron James' son, but he's a second round pick. But then the crazy part too is he's not going to have a lot of those moments because honestly, he probably would not play a whole lot. He might not play a whole lot if things go out as kind of predicted and planned. The odds of him playing a whole lot is going to be very slim, going to be very low. So we'll see if he even plays. But that's another part too of can he handle the pressure or the weights of the expectations being here for him playing and his minutes and opportunity to play are down here. So unless they make a big trade or somebody gets hurt, I don't see Bronny playing that much. And I'm probably wrong. I don't know what JJ Redick has planned, but for right now, I don't have too many expectations of him being that he's so young and he's a second round pick. You know, he didn't show a lot of pro ready at this moment times for him. And it wasn't that level of play that I saw for him. So how is he going to handle with not playing like this the first time in his career, of not really being able to just sit here and you're going through this season, going through this travel and everything, but you're not playing now. You're on the team. It's not like you're hurt. You're just not playing. So how would he handle that mental side of not playing? And then he finally does get out there, going back to the trash talking and dealing with that. But it's another thing he'll have to deal with is with the media and the level of just stupid and dumb questions they're going to ask him. I can't tell you the number of dumb questions people just asked him. I'm like, you really thought that was a good question to ask him? Like, that's what crossed your brain as with your journalism degree and all the training and stuff you have. You thought that was a good question to ask? Okay. I don't get it sometimes. And maybe because I'm on the outside looking in, they might have just, I don't know what happens in journalism where they ask the question they ask, but a lot of questions were just stupid. Like I didn't feel like that was a good question. And so for Bronny, when it comes to Bronny, keeping his temper and keeping composure with the stupidity of the question the media are going to ask him, like how am I supposed to answer this question when it's so dumb? I can't move past the fact this is a dumb question. So I get annoyed listening to it, but I'll have to wonder what he's going to deal with getting so many interviews and so much attention. And people are asking him the stupidest questions. So we're going to see what his temper, we'll probably get a good chance to see what his temper is like dealing with the stupidity of these questions from people in the media. But last but not least, wondering about his sanity and him being able to keep his mind right, because all the attention is going to be on him and all the name dropping of Bronny and the cameras and stuff. He's dealt with it a lot, but it's nothing to be at the pro level of it and dealing with this and having his name come up just because he's LeBron James. Like, that's the crazy part about it. Like, the other guy who got drafted by the Lakers will not have to deal with this. The other guys who got drafted by other teams won't have to deal with this level of attention. But because he's LeBron James' son, he's in with all this. So I wonder how, and I hope he can keep his sanity and keep his mind in the right space, dealing with all of this, the trash talking and the reporters asking stupid questions. The pressure's going to be on him. So he's going to have a very abnormal experience as a pro, let alone being his rookie season, everything that comes along with it. So the rookies that are going to be in his class won't compare to the amount of exposure that he's going to get, and the pressure's going to be on him. It's going to be different from everybody else. So I really concerned and keep an eye out for his mental health and his sanity throughout this whole process, because the tension that's been on him since he was a freshman at USC has been a lot. So now it's going to be even more ramped up in the next level and phase of his career. So just seeing how he handles and takes this all in is going to be interesting to watch and keep an eye out for. But not just on the sense of his playing, but his health overall. Like, I think we lose sight and forget the fact that about a year ago, he had cardiac arrest. So wondering about how his body's going to hold up and will he be able to even play and perform and just be available because of this situation? We don't know how well he is or not how well he's not. I haven't dug that deep into his business when it comes to that. But it's something to keep an eye out for as far as his health goes, because it's difficult to just say play through the pain or whatever. You're not sure what's going on, especially being so young and dealing with this. So his health overall is a concern for me, but his mindset over this, because this isn't an injury where you can kind of just, my knee hurts, but I can kind of play through it a little bit. I roll my ankle, but I can kind of play through it a little bit. This is a whole different thing. So this is an issue of life and death with him, because he could have died during the situation. He could not be here right now. And there was a point in time where he was questioning, forget basketball, am I even going to be here? And then, okay, I am going to be here. Is basketball something I still want to pursue? So I'm wondering about his mentality and his mindset around his health and his overall life and that capacity of it. So the last thing I kind of wish for him is that I hope, in spite of all these things and the negativity around him, I hope that he's able to appreciate the milestone that he's a part of. And I hope that he's able to just embrace and appreciate the fact that he's a pro. Of course, people are going to have something to say about him. Oh, his daddy is the reason he got this opportunity. His dad's the reason he's doing this and doing that. Whatever. He's a pro. He's doing it. People knock him and say it's because of his dad nepotism. Look, I'm all for it because for so long we've seen people of his color and my color as well be held back and not have these opportunities because we on paper this person's more qualified. But simply because of the connection that this other person has, they were able to get that opportunity. So now that he's an opportunity to benefit from it, I'm not going to knock it. Now, of course, it's not fair, but life's not fair. We can't sit here and just complain and cry about that. You either suck it up and deal with it, or you create your own opportunity to where favoritism works in your way. So I hope he takes advantage of it and he's able to appreciate the fact that he's living out his dream. And not be all he dreamt up of being, but he's able to have some level of it and be able to get paid doing what he loves and enjoys doing. So hope he's able to appreciate that. So here are 3 things I wanted to, in my opinion, I feel like it's very important for him to grasp and realize and take control of. So 1, working his butt off. He doesn't want to sit here and leave any regrets on the table. He doesn't want to sit here and say, oh man, my rookie year, I didn't work as hard because of whatever reason he wants to give or whatever explanation he wants to have. Or, man, I rode the coattail of my dad being this and doing that. So I want him to really work his butt off and leave every single doubt, every single question alone about how hard he works. If this thing fails, I want him to say, I went out doing everything I knew I possibly could do, and it didn't work out for me. Because then he'll have long term, he have better feelings about it, and he can be at ease just knowing it wasn't in the cards for him to do it. Whatever happens, happens. But I want to work his butt off to make sure he can shut up any haters about saying, I see he didn't deserve it, whatever. But he can also give himself, more important, give himself that inside piece to know I did everything I knew I could possibly do. But with that, number 2 is embrace the hate that comes with it. He's going to have to embrace the hate and negativity that's going to come along with this process because if not, he's going to be having his highs and lows based off of the hate or love that he gets. But if he just embraces the hate that comes with it and accept the love that it comes, he can play a little bit more neutral and a little bit more even keeled and just go out and be Bronny James that he wants to be. And last but not least, I think the most important thing for him, in spite of everything that I just said, is for him to define his success. He has to figure out for him, what is a successful NBA career for me? What does this season look like at the end to call it successful? And I think for him, he has a good grasp on this. He has a good head and shoulders from hearing what he says about this. He has a good understanding about his role and what that means.
Everyone's heard this before. I just want to, have people know my name is Bronny James and not being, identified as just LeBron James' son. I feel like that would be a great end goal. Everything that follows my dad, and people just try to, link me with that. And all the greatness that he's achieved, like I haven't done anything yet. So I feel like there needs to be that divide in between Bronny and LeBron.
He has a good understanding about what his NBA career can look like. It's not going to be following in the steps of LeBron James and being a superstar, number 1 guy, being a GOAT. It's not about being that. It's about playing his role, doing what the team needs, and playing the right way. He said it multiple times in multiple interviews about playing the right way, playing my role, doing what the team needs, and doing what I can.
My goal isn't really to be that guy. There's a lot of guys in the NBA that are, have that role already. My current goal is just to, fit into a role that a team needs. That's what's going to get me drafted. And yeah, just play the best, be the best player that, excelling in that role and stuff like that.
And I think for him, he has to figure out what success is for him and make sure that he's able to win on those terms. Because people are going to have his standards put on him and expectations put on him. But he has to figure out what success is for him. Because no matter what, he's following a giant. So he can't sit here and say, I'm going to do what my dad did. No, I have to figure out what success is for me, what my career is going to look like, and what's going to play out for me. So I hope for him, he's able to figure out what success is, what failure is, and he's able to put in the work no matter what to make sure that he can be at peace with being the second chosen one, Prince James.
He gave an outlet. Oh, LeBron. Kept it in play, and this one he swats into the 15th row.
Hornery pass inside, taken away.
Hornery should have looked opposite wing on that one.
Oh, a block by Bronny!
How many times have we seen LeBron James chase down a play? There you go.
Wow!
His dad usually does it off of one leg. That was off of two for Bronny, but same idea.